you.
The Trump administration says they'd like Elon Musk to take on a specialized cost-cutting role if Donald Trump is reelected. Musk says he wants to cut at least $2 trillion in federal spending. Trump calls him a great business guy and sees him as the perfect fit to help reduce federal spending. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey joining us now from the White House. Tom, what more do we know about what this potential role would entail?
Hey, good morning, Marni. Good morning from the White House. With Election Day now just days away, one of the rumored candidates to be the next Secretary of the Treasury, if former President Donald Trump wins, says he wants to work alongside billionaire Elon Musk and work to cut federal spending by trillions of dollars. That's trillions with a T. The Wall Street Journal reports that billionaire investor John Paulson is on the possible shortlist to be the next Treasury Secretary. Paulson has been a close ally of the former president. And in an interview with the Journal, he said a top priority will be extending the Trump tax cuts after next year. Paulson also says he wants to work alongside Elon Musk, who the former president has said will lead a new Government Effiency Commission if he wins. That commission will be tasked with figuring out wasteful spending. At the recent rally at Madison Square Garden over the weekend, Musk said he could reduce federal spending by at least $2 trillion. So we wanted to break down this idea. In fiscal year 2024, the Treasury Department says the federal government spent a total of $6.75 trillion. If Musk were to make those proposed cuts, that would mark around a third of that federal spending being cut. So where could those cuts come from? Exact details of this plan from Musk still remain unknown. But the former president has already vowed not to make cuts to Social Security and Medicare, which make up a sizable part of that spending. National defense and interest payments also make up large portions of that. Paulson says he would push to get rid of tax subsidies for green energy tied to the Inflation Reduction Act. The Tax Foundation, which is a nonpartisan tax policy nonprofit, says that would raise just under $1 trillion over 10 years. The group also says imposing steep new tariffs would raise about $3.8 trillion over 10 years. Some have voiced very big concerns, though, about those steep tariffs, saying that could actually make inflation even worse. So still remains unknown what we could see with those tariffs. But Paulson also says he will try and push for energy production if he becomes the next Treasury Secretary, Marni.
Who else could be the next Treasury Secretary, Tom? Any other names floating to the surface?
Yeah, so the Wall Street Journal reports that Paulson is one of several names being rumored to be the next Treasury Secretary. We want to show you the list of names here, again, tied to this possible the nominee for the next Treasury Secretary. Other names we mentioned include Scott Bessent, who's the founder of Key Square Group, former Trade Ambassador Robert Lighthizer, as well as former Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton. Whoever ends up getting the nod to be the next Treasury Secretary, likely to face some tough questioning from Democrats in the Senate, Marni.
Indeed. All right. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.